Do it now. There we go. Okay. Sorry for the troubleshooting. It took a while. Okay. Now I'll hand it over to you.
Just what?
Aren't you gonna read?
Oh, are we live?
Yep, we're live.
We are? Oh, well, hi folks, I'm Frank Connors and I'm coming to you live from the Saltwater Farm in Gurnett today. And first of all, I wanted to wish a happy holidays to all of our friends and all of our subscribers. And this one today is about subscribing. We are very close to our first landmark. Oh, there's Silas.
Huh?
Silas, you might know, I'm the beauty behind this project, and Silas would be the brains. How's that for a shot, huh?
Yeah.
And you know, we make quite a team. We have a good time, and we're on our. This is probably our 12th or 14th story that we're going to do, and we're focusing now on, of course, on the holidays.
Yeah.
We're going to do some Christmas stories, and we want to talk for just a second about subscribing. Oh, don't shut me off yet. And here's the deal, folks. Jane, my good wife Jane, has promised. She's famous for fruit pies, and she has promised with every 100 subscribers that we get, we're gonna deliver a pie. And the only real sticking point to this is we won't ask you to be within 50 miles of Bodenham, just because the pies start to get old and stale when you're further than that. So subscribe today. It's very, very easy. Silas just gave me the directions. He says even I can do it. You go to youtube.com and click on the search button, and then you ask for Stories with Frank Connors in the search bar. And when it loads, click on the red subscribe button. I can see it right there on that one. And now enjoy any one or more of our free and wonderful, just amazing videos.
Yep.
So I just encourage you to do that. And we need when you subscribe, we need to get you a name so that we can put them in a raffle for the pie, right?
Yep.
So some of our subscribers we know, some of us we don't. So if you want to be in the pie thing, and everybody does want to be in the pie thing, then get us your name. We'll do a drawing right here, and as soon as we get our 100, and that every 100 thereafter. How's that?
Yeah, don't you that one book.
Merry
Sure.
Christmas to everyone. We might even throw in a book. Silas wants to throw in a book, but
Yeah.
what a wonderful way to spend a winter evening, reading Frank Connors stories and eating a piece of Jane's fruit pies. Doesn't get any better than that,
Nope.
right?
And one more thing, I
Oh,
just wanted to reveal.
Yeah.
Now that we're at 75, 100 subscriber special will be a behind the scenes video. Just keep that in mind.
behind the screen, you mean?
Behind the scenes, like I'll film.
You mean they go behind the couch and no?
Like I'll film like with my other camera, which is
Ah,
over there,
okay.
which you guys can't see.
Yeah.
But I'll film like the camera and you together, like
Oh, that
so you could see like
sounds like fun.
and I may even do a tour of the crow's nest too.
The crow, well, not the crow's nest today.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Internet's bad.
and this is the first one we've shot. This is up in Jane's crow's nest over at our house on Gurnett. So lovely, lovely spot. We'll do that this winter.
Yep.
All right. So now we're gonna say happy holidays to everyone, and we're gonna go to the first story, which is picking the Christmas tree. And as it happens, folks, we all went as a family this morning and we picked a Christmas tree, and it is one pretty tree. So stand by, and we'll set up and we'll do the picking the family Christmas tree.
Yep. All right. We're gonna start. part of the story now.
So we just keep right on running?
Yep.
Oh, whoa.
I
Put
love
on,
doing live
put on the
streams. It's fun.
glasses and live stream. This means if I screw it up, the whole world knows.
And you'll say, oops, sorry, I'm a blank. You
But
know?
when's the last time that Bump screwed something up?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. This is called Picking a Tree, folks, and it was published in December of 2002, and it's now available everywhere in the world on Speaking Frankly.
Yep.
Here we go. I really have a hard time driving to a corner lot and buying a Christmas tree. I don't care what charity I'm supporting with a purchase. I just don't like it. I grew up in Bodenham, and we always took our Christmas trees very seriously, very personally. First, there would be the obligatory walk in the woods with my sisters. I have 4 sisters. Never got all 4 of them alone together in the woods at one time. The final decision on the tree was never one that we boys could make, you understand, not without some sort of feminine supervision. You all know the implications of that. Boys just don't have the essential sensitivities, we were always told. My brothers and I would spend long hours in the woods year round, hunting, exploring, hiding out, whatever the reason, if we needed a reason. We'd wander for hour after hour, week after week, season after season. On a good day, my brother might say, "Hey, that tree would be a good Christmas tree." And of course, several months later, we could always remember right where it was. Sometimes we could get resentful of our sisters and of the process that we had to endure to get a tree. After all, we were the woodsmen of the family. What gave them the right to walk up to a tree we had already rated somewhere between primo and perfect, and just flip it off, too casually saying there was a branch out of place, or the top was crooked, or the top was doubled, or the north side was thinner than the south side. Usually, they wouldn't even offer a reason as they condemned our trees. They'd just say, "No, no, no," or "yuck," or just crinkle their pretty little red noses in open contempt of us and of our trees. We accepted the process as tedious and flawed, and we are not without our defenses. We knew they'd reject the first 2 or 3 trees that we offered, regardless of their worth or our presentation, so it was not uncommon for us to tweak the process. If we found a good tree within an easy carry of home, there was no way in the world we'd show it until we presented another tree or 3 further from home, expecting them to be rejected. That always seemed to work. It always helped if we weren't overly enthusiastic about a tree. For us to promote a tree as perfect was a guarantee that they would absolutely reject it. We called that the kiss of death. One masterful year, we had selected a tree, but took them to another tree not 10 feet away. We left them to discover our tree as theirs, and to listen humbly as they told us why the tree they had discovered was so much better than the tree that we had found. It was not unusual for us to cut scrub bushes out of the way, even mud up the stumps and haul off the brush, just so they'd get the perfect look at their tree as we walked past our present ones. Once the tree was selected, the girls considered their job done. Almost. The logistics of getting the tree out of the woods was always up to us. They'd leave us and head for the warmth of home. "Don't drag the tree," they'd recommend. "Don't knock any needles off," they would say. "Remember last year's tree? You almost spoiled it by dragging it on the ice." Every year we'd have to cut the tree and hold it aloft for their inspection. This was yet another humiliation. It was their way of saying they were making a final inspection of the tree, noting where the cones were, making certain it was perfect, and expecting us to accept responsibility for any damage during the haul out. God help us if it didn't look the very same when we finally got it home, shook it down, and displayed it for all to see outside the dining room window. And the haul home was never easy, but first and shoulder high was a must, for it would never do to bang the tree against another and snap a branch. And it always seemed like the best trees were on the wrong side of the swamp, on the back side of the ridge, or on the farthest spot from the access road. We always cut a tree right where our sisters pointed, and that was always some 2 or 3 feet longer or taller than necessary. When the tree was finally home, the first thing we'd have to do was cut away that heavy, excessive butt. We never quite understood why the extra wood had to be cut and carried, but we seldom questioned the process. Finally, the tree was hauled into the house. "Be mindful of the falling needles," we'd hear 3 or 4 times, and then we'd suffer the final indignation as we held the tree in the window and twisted it around and around several times to be certain that it was straight, true, and perfectly aligned. But now that I'm thinking about it, perhaps I'm not as resentful of lot trees as I am of my sisters. Wait till I hear this, Silas. Perhaps this is the year that I should just get over one of those childhood things. Maybe I should call my sister, get to a lot, and pick out a tree together. Thanks for listening, folks.
Yep, and that worked out perfect.
Yeah?
Anything else you want to say?
No. Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Yep. My laptop battery's running low, so I gotta go.
All right.
See you guys. Bye. Yes, I will no longer be